Hello guys, it is Hello Boy here, back today with another video. Today we are going to be reviewing Firefly version 3. But before we get into this, here is some info. So guys, this is the information. Pause the video and read it if you please, because it is frankly very interesting. So here is the original Firefly. So yeah, you can pause the video and read his info. So guys, this is the figure as a whole. Dad, do you have any notes about this figure?
Yeah. I love the original Firefly, the 1984 Firefly. I noticed this on your poster on the wall up here behind us, actually, the original one.
In my office here.
Yeah, and Firefly is Cobra's saboteur. Do you know what saboteur means?
Saboteur.
Saboteur. Do you know what that means?
Saboteur. I've heard it lots, but frankly, I don't know.
He does sabotage. He sabotages
Wow.
things.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So basically, he's kind of ninja-y, kind of commando-y. He mostly blows things up. So he basically sneaks into places and sabotages things. He sneaks in, he sets bombs, he blows things up. Like, that's his main speciality, blowing things up. If you go back to the 1984 one, like a lot of the figures in 1984, around about that time, they had like face masks going on, like your Snake Eyes and your Storm Shadow. And I had the original Firefly, and I put him into that sort of, he's kind of half ninja, half commando, a bit like the Cobra version of Snake Eyes for me.
Yeah. I'm sorry, there's something about to fall down here.
Yes.
Okay, well, so as my dad was talking, I showed you basically the whole figure. So, yeah, he's a pretty good figure. Like, his head, skin colour, on point. Camera, focus.
A bit close there, isn't it? If I hold him up.
Good point, actually. Camera, he's focusing. So he's got a pretty good, like, face colour. Helmet, mask, on point. He's not really got much body armour, but he's got grenades, so...
Yeah, I mean, they've gone for... The original one was very camoed. You got the idea that he was sneaking around doing sneaky stuff. This guy, you know, he's got his mask on. He's got this cool webbing, or this netting. I mean, you should be aware, number 1 was the really camoed version. Version 2 was like a year or two before this, and it was like a grey instead of a black. I like the black. I think it stands out nicer. Yeah, it's a nicer contrast. You know, but he's also very Larry 90s look with this kind of neon, what's that, yellowy green colour. They've obviously kept the whole cover his face up because the original one was covered up. I like that. They haven't just gone, like with some of the figures, they originally had masks and then suddenly you could see their face and sort of ruined the mystique a little bit. But with this guy, he's still got his face covered. Like you say, he's got lots of grenades, and that's because as a saboteur, he's going to use these grenades and these grenades to blow things up. I mean, is he? Should he not have bombs and stuff? I'm sure that's what Firefly does, but... It's not going to be very sneaky if he just goes in and goes, "Man, grenades!" and then tries to run away. I don't think that's a good idea. But, you know, still. Yeah, I like the colour contrast.
It's a gun.
Yeah. I think one of the last figures we were saying that's like that. Many figures they had that were gun moulded on there, so you could sort of pretend he was pulling that gun out, I guess. Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, whatever.
So, yeah, you could have that. Anything else about him?
I just really like his head. I use him as a special forces.
Yeah, I can see
a commando, special forces. He's just a really good figure. Wouldn't you agree, Robin? Okay.
You've had him in some of your videos where you've teamed him up with Storm Shadow as well, haven't you?
Yes, in my figure fights. I've got a playlist on that. So if you go to my channel, press on playlist, you should see one called Figure Fights. There's 5 videos, and I will be uploading more.
I think that would make sense with the original story. If Storm Shadow's kind of a ninja and he's sneaking... When they were both Cobra, when Storm Shadow was still a bad guy, I could imagine you might have him and Firefly working together. Then I also think maybe their personalities are such that they'd just be like, "No, I am a lone wolf," and they wouldn't work with other people. If I remember rightly, Firefly's a bit like that. I don't know about Storm Shadow so much, but yeah, I think they're both kind of loners, not so much in a teamwork. But the beauty of these toys is you can play with them however you want, can't you?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, this video's only been going for 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
So who do you prefer, actually? Because you've got the original Firefly. I don't think we've done a video on the original one yet, the 84 version, but who do you prefer? You may have seen it in the intro, by the way, guys, but there's the current one. That's the accessories he came with. Now, I didn't have this figure when I was a kid, so this is a recent buy off eBay. It didn't come with the accessories.
By recently means like a year ago.
Yeah. And then if I get the 1984 one up really quickly, which I do still think, and I'm pretty sure everybody does, is the superior figure. There's the original Firefly.
You see, I can't decide because I think that Firefly is generally better, but then he has his falls, like he can't move up and down.
Oh yeah, because he hasn't got a fully
I
rotating
couldn't
ball.
choose, guys, honestly.
84 is pretty early, so it's an early line of figures.
I couldn't choose, really.
You couldn't choose, yeah, I suppose. I think in the 90s, when I was a 90s kid, this neon guy would have been like, yeah, neon colours, 90s, whoa, Sunny D, and everything would have been cool in the 90s. But I think now at the moment, I'm into the more militaristic stuff, and I quite like the fact that you've got a military-looking guy, he looks like he actually would fit in an armed forces situation. I like the accessories, I didn't have these if I remember, so I can't remember, I definitely had Firefly, but I don't remember ever having the sort of portable radio and gear that came with him. But that's some pretty cool stuff, and a realistic-ish looking submachine gun. So I thought that was a good layout, good set of stuff. That said, I do like the rifle they gave him there. That's a cool looking, it's like a PSG-1 type modified rifle.
It looks like an SVD. I'm not sure if that's just me, but it looks like one of them.
Well, I'm going to say it looks like a G3. I think it's a modified G3, somewhat like a PSG-1. So it's a Heckler & Koch
Oh, you're asking.
G3
Heckler
magnet.
& Koch? Heckler & Koch, man.
You can pronounce, okay, ich lerne Deutsch seit 5 Jahren in der Schule.
Deutschland.
Yeah. So Heckler & Koch.
For sure, for sure.
It's not quite Coke, it's not quite Koch, it's Heckler & Koch. But yeah, G3 magazine on it, G3 front handguard. And that would suit the time, early 90s, people still had PSG-1s as sniper rifles quite commonly. So yeah, it was, it was a good rifle. So you didn't have one of the wacky, I mean, again, look at what else was happening in that year. Ninja Man who needs massive rocket launcher. But also we have a Cobra guy with a massive rocket launcher. And rocket launcher guy with a rocket launcher. Everybody needed massive spring-loaded rocket launchers. There were some, I remember, was it Heat Viper? I think you've got this guy. And they just fired out massive literal balls. Balls of doo-doo water. I can't remember what year he was, but Heat Viper, I'm pretty sure, was one of the guys. But some of the weapons back then, as a kid, I remember thinking, oh, these are pretty cool. But actually, looking back at it, some of the weapons were pretty zany. You know, I don't know what year he was. He might have been earlier than I thought he was. But what do you think about all the bright colours? Would you have liked more bright colour figures? Because I tend to buy the non-bright colour ones.
Well, I quite like... Well, guys, I must say, I'm just going to move from my face. I do quite like light colours. Leave a like if you do. So, like, if you look at my balls here...
Phrasing. This feels like the figure I was talking about. That feels like some of the stuff he would have had. He would have loaded them up and gone bomb, bomb, bomb. It wasn't Heat Viper. Heat Viper was the yellow dude. You've got him as well. It was Incinerators that I was thinking of. So it's hard to see this, but Incinerators, you got him, right?
Yes.
But if you look closely down the bottom, he came with a catapult thing. There it is. They just fired orange balls. It's just like, all right, he's got a flamethrower, he's got a fuel pack, and a kind of pipe that carried it. What else do you need to fire flame? Well, clearly I need orange balls and some sort of ancient catapult device. But in the 90s, people were like, yeah, bro, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Orange balls, bro.
That's green, Dad.
Oh. All right. Oh, cheers.
My hair! Oh my god! And then that's orange.
Yes, because that's Robin. Robin's favourite colour is orange.
What's this?
That is red.
What's this?
Dead. Redemption. That's blue. Blue water. That's a Robin. Back to the video.
It's grey, and that's orange.
Right, I'm going to blow everybody up. Oh, they put him in the movie, didn't they? When they made the live-action movie a few years back, and they had British actor in it. Even though I'm pretty sure, I have to read the bio again. I think Firefly's from like Louisiana or somewhere. But they had a British actor from a TV show called Rome that he's really good in, played Titus Pullo. But for the life of me now, I can't remember his name. I saw him in a movie called Book of Eli the other day. I don't think he's doing much anymore. Anyway, back to it. So here is Firefly version 3, very similar to version 2, but in black rather than grey, which I think makes a nice contrast.
It does.
And you like the contrast, and you like the bright colours too. I think he's a little bit out of place for a saboteur. Sneaky, sneaky. Just pure light bouncing off him. But yeah, you know, as cool characters go, he's cool. Oh, the one other thing I was going to mention, I find a bit weird, is the way he's got like a mask with a sort of built-in safety hat going on. Like, what's that? Is it like it's too sunny sometimes and I just need a little bit of a brim? I could wear a cap, but I'm just going to build this in. I don't understand what that's about. I always think it's a bit weird.
That.
Yeah, it's cool.
You know what? This is orange. I mean, it's a really bad orange,
See that? There you go.
but that is orange.
They look like the back's pretty much the same colour to me. That's what my eyes see. I look at that and I go, it's gone, it's vanished, it's just part of Firefly at this point. Because that and that are about the same colour. Oh, thank you, the sympathy pat. Alright then, so, are we off? Anything else to say before we go? Before Firefly blows the place up?
No one's mind. Nani!
You've got to stop doing that to figures. Poor Firefly. You would not believe your eyes. 10 million fireflies snuck up and blew you up with sabotage.
I'm not getting. See you guys. I need to get Firefly, so I'll see you
You
later.
do.
Bye.